writing process has gone great. Really just flowing, really quickly without feeling rushed. It's just not. It's just flowing out. It's a great thing. Always a great feeling. Where sometimes you get like the writer's block type thing. You're running out of ideas and you take a break. It's been a good little system I've had where I'll write for a couple of weeks and and then take a break for a little while or whatever, and then I'll start feeling like creative again. It comes back. So for the fans of Crowbar, right now it sounds like older Crowbar just 25 years later. So it's kind of like a mature, because we bring different elements in with each record. In the beginning it was, to me, every song sounded almost exactly the same. Now there's we brought in more dynamics, more tempo changes, different time signatures, things like that. And vocally, it's progressed a lot from, I guess because I'm getting a little old, it's not quite as aggressive, it's more melodic. I mean, as you hear, this is my normal speaking voice. It's always like this. So it is gravelly, but what I do in the studio is I multi-track my vocals. So I'll sing each line 2 or 3 times, and it helps smooth it out better. Now, live's different. Live's all about aggression and sweating and getting the crowd into it and whatnot, so it's okay if it's a little gravelly live, but on record, on the songs, especially ones that are a little more melodic, I like to multi-track. It just smooths it out, a little better.
So how did you get into playing music in the first place?
Let's see, actually, my mom, she was, God bless her, she wasn't very good, but she played piano. We had a piano in the house. Well, my first band, I guess, that I kind of flipped on was Elton John. My first actual album I bought was Elton John's Greatest Hits Volume 1, and I wanted to play piano. Well, I took lessons for a little while, and of course I wanted to play Goodbye Yellow Brick Road from day one. And I'm like, the teacher was like, no. I got bored with it. And I did it for about 6 months, and I had a natural talent for it. I just got really bored with doing the stupid little exercises and the little book with the little kiddie songs and all this I had to play. I'm like, no, I want to be like Elton John. I didn't realize, that was, a pipe dream or whatever. I was too young. I started at 7 years old on piano, so I just didn't understand it. And then at 13, I decided I wanted to play guitar because of Kiss. Well, actually, I wanted to play drums, and my parents kind of looked at one another, and they were like, why don't you try guitar? And I told my dad, I said, well, I want to play bass like Gene Simmons from Kiss. And he goes, why don't you play guitar? Because if you play guitar, you can always, switch to bass and, learn how to become, and there is a huge difference in being a bass player like a George Porter Jr. or somebody compared to just a guy that plays guitar on bass. There's a huge difference. A real bass player is an art form of its own. But you could always go to that if you wanted to. So my dad taught me into the guitar, and Ace Frehley was my favorite guitar player anyway, so that kind of got me all over. And same thing happened, ironically enough, with the lessons. I started taking lessons, and I wanted to play Stairway to Heaven. The guy was like, no, you gotta wait. Or I wanted to play, something like Kiss, whatever. And he's like, no, you need to learn all these fundamentals first and all. And I finally said, screw it, I'll teach myself. So I just play by ear. I don't have any real formal training or anything. So it really was, Shell Shock turned into Aftershock, turned into the Slugs, turned into Crowbar, and that was it. But we had to go through those other bands because the sound we were creating was developing, because there really wasn't any, weren't any bands sounding that way to people. Bands like Melvins were one of my favorites at that time, and still are for that matter. Melvins and Carnivore, which was Peter Steele from Type O Negative's band prior to they were our biggest influences, and we kind of just put them in a blender, and that became Crowbar's sound. But there were very few bands doing the low tune, in the world. Very few bands at all doing it. And so we went through a developmental stage, kind of finding our sound and creating what's known as like sludge metal now or whatever. So really just thanking the fans, for 25 years of support, and it's been a lot of ups and downs, but I'm really, really happy where I'm at not just with Crowbar, but in life in general, which is a great feeling. I really feel like I've finally found, I've had a lot of, without getting too deep, a lot of anxiety and depression things over the years and bad relationships and whatnot, but I'm really, really happy and totally secure. And, thank God for that. So, I feel great. I'm excited. I mean, practice is fun. I feel like a kid again. Going to band rehearsal used to just be, okay, let's, like we don't even drink in practice anymore. It's like, no, we're going to be serious about this and just make it happen. Just make it happen, But I did say I got to give a plug for Mojo's here when we're doing the interview because we love the people. It's a really, really cool vibe. In fact, we were out. That's why I'm having no duels tonight. We were out kind of late last night. Robin, my wife, ended up working, filling in a shift.
Right.
But the owners are great, and it's a good like. To me, it's all, even though it's Metairie, it's a good blend. It's almost like a bar in New Orleans proper.